It's Friday night. That means Gula football once again here on Gulf Coast Sports Media. I'm Harold Tillman, joined by Carlos Moles, ex-player from Pascagoula, went on to play. I'll let him tell you about all that in just a minute, but right now, here come the Panthers.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy.
Yes. It's like a college atmosphere out here, Harold.
Number 11 takes the ball. Trying to get around that end is going to be swarmed by a host of Panthers. Tackle made about the 32-yard line.
Harold, we'll get a chance to see this taunted defense tonight that's been talked about so much here in Pascagoula. Unfortunately, the All-American, the Dandy Dozen, won't be playing with us this evening, Mr. Jeffrey.
Wow, it's going to be brought down about the 30-yard line. Huge pickup from Moss Point. Flags on the field. That looks like that's coming back.
Yeah, I think you had a holding on that side, Harold, against Moss Point. Even though it was a holding call, Harold, Pascagoula has got to contain on that play. They've got to keep outside containment and turn that play back inside. Aggressive, running the ball and running straight ahead.
We got to wrap up. Contact was made at the line of scrimmage. He broke 2, maybe 3 tackles there to move the chains for Moss Point.
Might be a delay of game, Harold, against Moss Point.
I believe that's 3 penalties in the first few minutes of this first quarter. Job of containing the outside run.
Third down in a mile for Moss Point right now.
He's going to keep it. He's under pressure.
Good one.
Going to be brought down about just looks like the 20-yard line. So that'll bring up 4th and
a mile.
Yeah, 4th and Highway 90. Nah.
That was great containment by that Pascagoula defense.
Okay, are they calling it? Okay, the down marker said third. That was 3rd down, so this should be 4th. I guess they had the down marker. It was wrong. So down marker. It was wrong. So look for Moss Point to try to go deep.
They got 3 wide, 1 in the slot. They run a draw, and they're stuffed by Pascagoula.
A host of Panthers on the tackle.
Great job by that defensive line, Harold.
35, Parnell getting up off the bottom of the pile. At home, you can definitely see the numbers a lot better than we can in the stands.
Yeah, I don't know if we have much lining on this side tonight, Harold.
Yeah, it's dark here, even to see the paperwork. Back deep, Tylen Wilson for Pascagoula, along with Jalen Webb, number 2. Tylen, number 3 there.
Oh, it's a fake punt. It's a fake punt.
Going to be brought out of bounds about the 30-yard line.
Way short of the first down. Way short now.
Pascagoula will have good field position. Gutsy call by Coach. The Moss Point coach, Gutsy call.
All right, Harold, we get to see lay our first eyes on the 2023 offense of Pascagoula Panthers. They've got great field position to start.
Quarter at quarterback for Pascagoula. In the backfield with him, he'll have a tandem in and out of it's going to be number 16, Cameron DeFlanders. You'll also see Action Jackson back there also. It'll be number 10, Amari Jackson. Was that a Pascagoula timeout?
Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. Quarter. We're waiting on the whistle, and there we go. Handoff up the middle to Flanders.
You got a whistle.
Flags come out. Waiting on the. It's going to go against Moss Point, Carlos. So we'll take it. 5 yards. We'll take
it. First and 5. First and 5, Harold.
Handoff up the middle again. He bounces. He's got some room. He's still on his feet. Going to be brought down about the 10-yard line.
And that's going to be a Pascagoula first down. Michael Fondren with Centennial Injury Attorneys sponsored that first down.
Big shout out to Michael Fondren for stepping up and helping us bring Panther football to you this year. Straight up the middle. Cameron DeFlanders. He lowered the boom, Carlos.
He did. I like to see that. I like to see somebody put that shoulder down.
Looks like they bringing in the wrecking crew.
Yep, the big package is coming in here. I like what I'm seeing from this offense right now, playing aggressive and playing hard.
Another flag comes out.
A legal procedure against us, Harold.
So that'll back Pascagoula up 5. Looks like it's going to be, the ball's going to be placed on about the 7-yard line. Cameron DeFlanders running hard tonight. Again, he's still on his feet. Going to be brought down about the maybe the 5-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Trying to get the offense in. A lot of movement with players on the field.
Yep, well, they got to get going. That clock is moving, Harold.
High snap. DeFlanders with the ball is going to be tackled around the 5-yard line. So it looks like we're going to go for the field goal. You got Tank Bishop kicking for Pascagoula. Isaac Love on the hold. It's up.
And it looks good, Harold.
And good. Pascagoula with the good field goal takes the lead 3-0. We'll take a break, be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
Pascagoula marches the ball down the field, not able to put it in the end zone, but comes away with a 3-point lead.
And I like the play call, and I like how aggressive they were, showing that they can be aggressive and match Moss Point's aggressiveness.
Well, that's what you're gonna have to survive their surge, because if you've played Moss Point, you know they're gonna come out. They always come out with a surge, and then you settle down in the ball game and then you play. Kicking for Pascagoula, Tank Bishop. Back deep for Moss Point, Bavestro, and I don't see the number of the 14. I guess he fair catch.
Yeah, number 7 was back deep for Moss Point too, but he's not on the program.
Gotcha. Ball's going to be placed about the 30-yard line. Let me give a little shout out to some sponsors. I'd like to thank Fletcher Construction, Foster Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys, Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. I'd like to thank this group of this group of businesses for giving us the opportunity to bring Panther football to you. Tell you what, he lowered the boom on the quarterback.
I think that was Mr. Parnell. Am I correct?
Yeah, if it's number 35, it's Parnell.
Yeah, that was Mr. Parnell meeting their quarterback and making a personal introduction to him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I've watched the Parnell boys play for a while, and it's a good thing their mother's a good athlete, because they get it from her. They get it from her. Handoff up the middle. Going to be brought down about maybe the 32-yard line.
By a host of Panthers.
Number 97, Bonds, along with Parnell on the stop for Gula. Going to bring up 3rd and 8. Moss Point, a big play offense. You know, you feel like you got them under control, and then they're going to hit you with that big play. You got to be prepared for that big play. Tell you what, ball falls incomplete. Intended receiver, number 4 for Moss Point. That's going to be Jaden Brown. It looked like he never set his feet.
Yeah, the ball was thrown behind him. He didn't get his feet set. It was nowhere near the receiver.
It's going to bring up 4th and 8. So back deep for Pascagoula. Going to be number 2, Jalen Webb.
Moss Point's in the punting formation, but last time they were like this, they faked it. So Pascagoula's got to be aware of that.
And they don't have as far to go this time.
It's
This
a
time they
punt. It's
kicked
short.
it. Get away from it. Get away from it. It falls out of bounds about the 47-yard line.
And Harold, that might have been why they went for the fake the last time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pascagoula again with great field position to start their second drive of the.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. Pascagoula getting ready to, they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the Moss Point 47. They've had both drives, they've had good field position tonight.
Yes.
Tell you what, Quarter
Handoff.
bobbled that ball on the handoff.
Oh, great run, great run. That's gonna be another Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Mike Fondren with Centron Injury Attorneys. I tell you what, Harold, that was an excellent design play. That was good hands by Quarter because the ball looked like it was trying to get away from him.
It did look like that.
And got the handoff off and got around that corner. That was great blocking on that right side.
I guess it was flags on the play. I never saw the flags, but they're going to say a block in the back against Pascagoula.
Yeah, that looked like a late flag, Harold. So that looks like that's going to be coming back.
So ball's going to come back to the 47-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 once more. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. This is the heat timeout. We'll take it also, do a little hydration. Be back right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
And we're back. Tell you, we were talking before the game started. Tonight, hydration is going to mean everything. It's as hot as I can remember it being on a football field, you know, and a good thing that we're playing on the natural grass rather than the turf. The way that turf absorbs the heat, it's usually about multiple degrees higher on the field if you're playing on turf than it is on natural grass.
Harold, it's hotter than fresh fish grease out here tonight. It is warm.
Well, there we go. You heard it. Carlos, tell you how it is.
All right, 1st down and 10, looks like, Harold?
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 10, waiting on the referees to get set. They got a little conference going on.
Well, you know, just like it's the first game for these players, it's the first game for the officials as well.
Exactly.
So they've got some kinks to work out, some bugs to work out as well.
Pascagoula comes over to Moss Point with a good crowd, looking to the other side of the field. Looks like Moss Point's got a good crowd too.
Yeah, very pleased with the attendance tonight. Very pleased that both communities came out to support these young men.
I'm not sure what happened there. That's going to bring up 1st and 20. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, I'm not either. Offside,
Moss Point jumps. Pascagoula looks to be getting 5 of those back. So that's going to bring up 1st and 15. Ball on the 47, the Gula 47-yard line. quarter. Quick
A
pass.
swing pass. Got a little room.
Ball comes
on the
out.
ground. Moss Point's recovered.
Looks like Moss Point's got the ball. Ball comes out. Jacobian May just lost it. You got to believe that with the sweat and the humidity down there, that had to play some factor in that.
Definitely, but there is one positive thing out of that fumble, is that he was fighting for yardage.
Yeah.
And when you see a young man doing that, you know, that's when his number gets called later in the game, I think he's gonna come through for it.
And he will. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Jacobian made a lot of good plays last year, so definitely looking forward to that, seeing that this year. Quick strike to number 13, Darius Carter. Excuse me, number 13. That's going to be Kayvon Ford. Going to pick up a first down for Moss Point. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Yeah, we have got to be alert and not get sucked in to them running the ball. We have got to play disciplined defense.
Rashard Ernest in the QB position now. Going to be stopped about the Pascagoula 49. Pick up about a yard for Moss Point. Good job by Parnell coming up, filling that gap.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by this young man, the way he is not afraid of contact and is always around the football.
I've watched him. I watched him last year, and I've been paying attention to him this year. He's really developing some leadership qualities also, so that's good to know. Handoff up the middle, and he's got some room. Going to be brought down to about the 27-yard line. Big pickup from Moss Point. They found a gap in the middle because they've tried to exploit it a few times.
Yeah, they've been trying to break one up the middle all night. They've been doing plays to set that play up for a while, and that one popped for them, Harold. We've got to stop arm tackling, and we've got to get in there and put our heads in there a little bit. Reverse.
Kayvon on the carry again. This time he's going to be hit by
great defense by Pascagoula.
Number 7, Loper, Jared Loper. That'd bring up 2nd and 10.
That was a great play by number 7 coming up, making that play in the backfield.
Again, up the middle. He tries to bounce it outside, but goes right back up the middle. He's going to pick up a few yards on that carry. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Maybe 5. This time he looks up, quick strike, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
That was great pressure by that Pascagoula defense.
I believe it was number 43. Anyway, bring up 4th and 5. Well, correction, that was the intended receiver was number 4. Going to be Jaden Brown. I don't know where I got 43 from.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back. Looks like Moss Point's going to go for it. It's 4th and 5. Ball on about the 22-yard line.
Harold, this is a momentum play right here.
Absolutely. It's going to be close.
I think they.
Oh, absolutely. They made the stop.
They stopped him.
You can see our angle. I couldn't tell, but you're a little younger than I am. Your eyes are good.
Great defense by that Pascagoula defense.
So Pascagoula take over on downs. We'll take a quick break, be right back after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. Quarter with a handoff to Cameron he bounces it outside. He's still on his feet, and he's got some room. Huge pickup for Pascagoula.
I don't see any flags, Harold, do you?
No flags.
All right, that's going to be a Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys. Looks like we're doing hurry-up offense right now, Harold.
Another handoff to Cameron. This time he's stumbling. Ball comes out, but rolls out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play as well. There's a flag on the play.
It's going to be holding Pascagoula. So that'll back them up. Looks to be like the 36-yard line. So that's going to bring up 1st and 20 for Pascagoula. It's like you take a couple of steps forward, you take a couple of steps back.
Yeah, we've got to put a drive together, a complete drive together right now.
Quarter, quick pass to looked like the intended receiver was Tank Bishop. I don't think Tank knew it was coming. He hadn't turned around.
Yeah, it looked like there was some confusion on that play, Harold.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 20. Amari Jackson in the backfield with Quarter. You got 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top.
4 wide.
Looking downfield.
Oh, penetration sacked.
I tell you what, the pocket just collapsed around him. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. And that's going to bring the end to the first quarter. We'll take a break, be right back after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a sponsor sheet.
All right, we ready? Quick shout out to our sponsors, Fletcher Construction, Foster Heating and Air, Kurt Harbin Construction, Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys, and Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. Thank you to all of these sponsors for helping us bring Pascagoula football to you at home.
Looking for more.
And we are looking for more sponsors. To bring up 3rd and 25
That's what it looks like, Harold. 3rd and long.
for Pascagoula. Need a huge play here. Moss Point coach with some questions, talking to the white hat over there. Not sure what it is, but kind of got the game held up just a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Pascagoula's lined up to Tripp's right and a single receiver on the left side. Moss Point looks like they're playing a zone defense, a soft zone.
Okay, getting it underway now. Amari Jackson in the backfield with Quarter. Looks like
Encroachment against Moss Point.
Quarter able to draw the defense off sides. Good hard cadence there.
You know, that's the second time he's done that tonight, so that says something about his cadence and his skill. Is that it takes a certain skill to be able to draw people with your cadence like that.
Yep, exactly. And I tell you what, the center has a lot to do with it too, because they're watching the ball. And if he flexes his hands just a little bit, they're jumping on that too. So Quarter looking downfield, and the ball's batted down, almost intercepted. So that'll bring up 4th down. Punting unit coming in for Pascagoula. Your punter going to be Tank Bishop, number 43. I can tell you this, 3-point lead in the Battle of the Cats is not going to hold.
No, that's not going to get it done for either side.
Back deep for Moss Point. Malcolm Stokes, number 9.
Looks like Moss Point's going to have the ball on their 40.
Going to be the 41-yard line. You know, we talked about hydration earlier, and that was going to be important in this game. The thing is you know, a lot of people at home are thinking, well, we got to hydrate. But if you don't do hydration the day of the game,
that's
a process it takes all week to do.
Yeah, these young men should be hydrating all week long, getting ready for this. I'm very surprised, Harold, that we hadn't seen any cramps tonight.
I was just fixing to say the same thing. In and out of the hands. He had a step behind the receiver. I think number 8 for Pascagoula, that's going to be Jalen Fournette, actually broke for the ball.
Yes, I think that disrupted his vision for just a split second for him to drop that pass. Had he caught that pass, Harold, he would have been off the race.
He would have been gone.
Yes.
And that's something you look for them to come back to.
Blitz by Pascagoula.
Tell you what, bring him down about the line of scrimmage. Bobbled snap.
Very athletic play by that quarterback, though. That was very athletic. He keep that concentration on that bobble snap.
Ernest in the QB position. You know, they started with Kayvon in the at the QB position to start the ball game. They look completely different under Ernest.
They do. They like you got a little more pop. Harold, that's the play we were just talking about that they almost scored the touchdown on. They just went right back to it on the slant.
And that'll move the chains for Moss Point.
They see something over there, Harold. They see something over there.
And it might be the matchup they're looking for. Maybe height difference or what.
Look for him to come back the other way with that slant.
He kept it. Quarterback keeps it. He's still on his feet. He's going to bring the ball to about the 35-yard line.
Pick up of about 6 yards. That looked like a busted play, Harold, and they made something out of nothing.
10 minutes, 13 seconds left in this half of football. Pascagoula leading 3-0. But as we said earlier, not a lead that's going to stand. I'd be very surprised if it does. Snap come in high. He gets it down, hands it off. Looks like they're going to be close to the first down.
They're about 2 yards short, 3rd and 2. I can tell you what, Harold, there was a battle going on in those trenches right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's some hand-on-hand combat going on in those trenches. On both sides of the ball.
Ernest calls for the ball. Tell you what, we had the ends crashing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be just short, Harold. I think it's going to be just short of a first down.
It's going to be close, depending on the spot. Depending on the spot, and oh man, I think they got a generous spot.
4th down and inches.
4th down and inches. Huge play for this Pascagoula defense, but if you're a Moss Point fan, just equally as huge for them.
That defense has got to stand up right now. This is Mr. Parnell's time.
Yep, they're going to.
Are they going to come out and measure?
I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to measure.
What do you think, Harold?
I think the
quarterback sneak.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, but they're not going to measure. I sure thought they were going to.
Yeah, I would have asked for a measurement.
Don't fall for the hard count. He didn't. He crashes. The ends crashed, but nevertheless, it's going to be first down, Moss Point. So a new set of downs for the Tigers.
I tell you what, Harold, this game is going to come down to who wants it the most. I can feel it. It's not going to be a blowout game, I don't think. I think it's going to come down who wants it.
Tell you what, timeout's been called. We'll take a break, be right back. I'm not sure who called it, but here.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back. Moss Point with the ball on about the 27-yard line. The Gula 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Ernest with the handoff up the middle. Tell you what, he hands it off like they're going to be going off tackle, but they kind of slant back to the middle. They're finding a lane and picking up a few yards on each carry.
Yeah, that tells me that they're finding those lanes, and those running backs have some good vision. Because to find that lane, you got to have that vision.
Jaden Howard, number 6 for Pascagoula, checks in. Looking for that pass again.
Watch it
right over here.
Bottom.
Quarterback keeps it. Tell you what, that's a quarterback right there.
Yeah. He knows how to run that offense.
Mm-hmm. Bring up 3rd and about 4. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this half.
It's time for that defense to stand up for Pascagoula. Pass.
Great play, but I tell you, he had to stretch out to get that. Nice lick on the quarterback also.
Yeah, and thank goodness that they didn't call pass interference. That defensive back had it from Pascagoula, had his arm wrapped around the waist of that receiver from Moss Point.
Well, it wouldn't have been a Gula call.
It would have been a
Gula
call.
A wrong call.
So it would have been a wrong call.
Opportunity to give a quick shout out to the Pascagoula Elks Lodge, 1120. My brothers and sisters, proud to be a part of that organization.
Fourth down and about 4, Harold. And they're going for it. Moss Point's going for it.
Flags come out. I mean, offsides Pascagoula. I'm sorry,
Moss Point.
Moss Point.
Moss Point.
Going to bring up 4th and 9 for Moss Point. I still think they're going to come back again to that slant pass. They've had success with it. I really think they're going to come back to it.
Yeah, they got the matchup I think they want out here on the outside. That corner's going to need some help from that free safety on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that free safety is looking inside right now. Because right now that corner's out there on the island right now.
Oh, yeah. That's the, like you said, that's the matchup they were looking for. And he's looking the other side, but in and out of his hands.
He could have taken a choice.
Yeah.
He could have picked the choice.
So Pascagoula will take over on downs. Tell you, Moss Point, people, there were questions about them this year. You know, not only talent-wise, but because what they were dealing with in their community. But there's a lot of talent out there on that field.
I agree, Harold. I'm very, very impressed with what I'm seeing for the Moss Point Tigers right now. Very impressed with that quarterback.
Oh, yeah. So Pascagoula take over on about the 26-yard line. See what quarter dials up. Handoff to Jackson.
He got some room outside,
He does
Harold.
outside. He's going to be
He's got some
still
room
on his
outside,
feet.
Harold.
Helmet-to-helmet contact there. He got hit. He got hit hard. Tell you what, we'll take a commercial break. Be right back after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
Amari Jackson has a seat. Looks like Joe Davis, Pascagoula's trainer, is looking him over. Quarter ball comes in high. He's able to get on it, but that's going to be a huge loss for Pascagoula.
Yeah, that goes from being 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 12. We can't lose momentum like that. We've got to keep the momentum.
Well, I had said this earlier, you know, a few steps forward, then a few steps back.
Yeah.
And the good thing is these are mistakes that can be cleaned up.
Right.
Quarter looking downfield.
He's got a man. He's got a man.
Nice catch by number 13 for Pascagoula. Darius Carter, touchdown Pascagoula.
Beautiful play. Beautiful throw and catch.
Flags come out.
Celebration.
Looks like that's going to be a celebration. Should be marked off on the kickoff.
On the kickoff. It shouldn't have anything to do with the touchdown or the extra point.
Or at least maybe just a warning. But nice pass, perfect catch.
Harold, we were just talking about how many passes had Mr. Quarter thrown tonight, and they let him loose, and he got a big play.
Huge play.
Great throw, great catch, great execution by both players and the team, that offensive line as well.
Darius Carter, I've got him as a 10th grader for Pascagoula, so, hey, look to see some positive things from him this year.
Yeah, he had some speed. It was a foot race, and he didn't get caught from behind. That's what you like to see from a wideout. And good job by that offensive line protecting that quarterback, giving him the proper time to get that pass off. I'm always going to give my lineman some credit by me being a former offensive lineman.
Looks like the field goal crew's going out. So they tell you there was a few minutes or a few seconds there that I thought they were going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Well, I think this is the time to do that right now. It's not a district game. I think that's the time to work on things like that for when you get into district play.
Tank Bishop attempting the extra point for Pascagoula. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but there's – okay, here we go. It's up. And it's good. Pascagoula extends their lead 10-0. We'll be back right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Before we start play, we want to definitely thank our sponsors tonight, because without them we wouldn't be able to broadcast this game. Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Fondren with Santana Injury Attorneys. Thank you all for everything that you do for us and for this community, and we're always looking for more sponsors.
Hey, let's don't leave out Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner.
We can't leave out Mr. Busby.
There you go. Huge supporter of Pascagoula.
Harold, we needed that play.
Yes, we did.
We needed that. I think Moss Point had us back on our heels, and we were starting to let some things happen that shouldn't be happening, so we needed that play.
So Pascagoula will be kicking off on their 35-yard line after the penalty was marched off for celebration. Kicking off for Pascagoula, going to be Tank Bishop.
A pooch kick here, right there, Harold.
Pooch kick goes out of bounds.
Be a flag and be assessed.
So Moss Point will take over. See where he finally puts the ball down. Looks like about the, well, here we go. Ball's going to be placed on the 50-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 50.
I think we're on the 45, Harold.
No. You've got better eyes than I do. That's why I got you up here. Handoff up the middle. And like he started to cut back toward the middle like he's been doing all night and finding success. But it wasn't there.
Yep, and there goes that man again, number 35.
Yep, Parnell on the tackle. You know, whenever he was playing middle school football, I knew he was good, but I had to question his toughness, you know. I mean, I had to, but he has proven to me that through the few years, you know, he's played high school ball, that on the big stage he can make it happen.
And what I like to say about what I'm saying about the young man, not only is he tough, but he knows the game. His knowledge of the game.
Interception! Number 7 for Pascagoula. Jared Loper. He just needs that one block. Touchdown, Pascagoula. Flags down. Not sure what it was, but they didn't just come down. They were down earlier. So we'll see what happens here.
Oh, he was rumbling and stumbling, Harold.
Oh, man.
He was rumbling and stumbling down that field.
Loper looking at the blocker in front of him going, where do I go? Where do I go? You know.
Well, I tell you, that shows his athleticism for him to have hands like that, to be able to catch that ball and intercept it and do what he did with it.
We were able to put pressure on the quarterback, got him out of his pocket, and he rushed his throw. They're looking at the receivers. They were blanketed. There was no open receiver at that time he threw the ball. He was just trying to get rid of it. Jared Loper, a 10th grader for Pascagoula, with what we thought was a pick six.
So Moss Point's offense is still on the field, I think, Harold. So I don't know what the call is going to be.
Long discussion between the referees. I'm not sure what they're going to say, he was in the grasp or something. You know. What time do you have?
It is 8:32.
8:32, and we got 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in this half of football. At this moment, Pascagoula leading 10-0, trying to find out where if it was a pick six or not.
Here comes the call, looks like, Harold. Okay, that's against Moss Point. Holding.
Okay.
Like roughing the pass if they offset.
Oh.
So Moss Point's ball.
They going to say replay? Wow. Roughing the passer. Carlos, what's your thoughts? That wasn't a Gula call for sure.
I'm going to keep my thoughts on that call to myself.
We'll just go back to it's their first game too. Coach Sims is disgusted. I can see his body language. He wants an explanation.
Yeah, I don't blame Coach Sims. He deserves an explanation. Because as you remember, one flag came out. The second flag didn't come out.
Didn't come out until it was way down there.
Yeah.
There was no roughing the passer, if that's what they called. There was no roughing the passer flag until he was about the 10-yard line.
Right.
So I don't know about that. And look, Loper, he was moving, but not that fast.
No, he like I said, he was rumbling and stumbling, giving it his best effort.
I would think that if the roughing the passer happened after the interception,
it would still be.
I'm sorry.
It should still be Pascagoula ball.
It should still be Pascagoula ball. If the unsportsmanlike conduct happened back here toward the right of the field, again, it happened after the interception. I would think
still be Pascagoula's ball. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But we just got to shake this off, go back out there and play football, Harold. Shake it off, go back out, let's play football.
Absolutely.
Okay, Harold, we may have been right. It looks like the offense is coming back out.
Now Coach Feaster is going to need an explanation.
But getting back to, while we're waiting on this to call, getting back to Mr. Parnell, you were talking about his toughness. He's definitely developed that toughness, and what I'm more impressed about is his leadership and his knowledge of the game. He's directing traffic out there. You can tell that's his defense.
When he got an opportunity to play as a ninth grader, he was always around the ball. And as a ninth grader, he impressed me. You know, a lot of times when you've got a ninth grade stepping up to play varsity football, you don't usually get a lot of production from them. But he was in on some big plays. He was always around the ball, and that showed with the fumble recoveries that he come up with. He come up with multiple recoveries that year.
Right, and so that's his athleticism. But now you see the knowledge,
right,
and him knowing the game, and I think sometimes that goes without saying how the kids are so athletic, but they're also very smart to know the game, and I'm really, really impressed with the way he's running that defense tonight.
You know, Pascagoula, a huge blow when Rush went down, not only from a talent, one of the best players that I've seen come through this program in a long time, a defensive player that is, somebody had to step up, and it looks like he has.
Yes, and, you know, Errol, you and I go way back when it comes to Pascagoula football, and he's playing like linebackers of old, the Richard Harveys, the Ricky Alexanders, the Danky Harrises, the Dwayne Currys. He's reminding me of those type throwback players.
So now the ball has gone back to.
We've got the ball. I see quarter out on the field.
We have the ball, but, hey, here we go. Looks like we're finally going to get back to playing some football. The referees seem to have had it, have got it worked out. Coach Feaster has been, he's been explained to on the other side what's going on. So a turnover is only good if you're able to do something with it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's only good when you can do something with it. That's right. Other than that, you're just burning clock, baby.
Burning clock.
You're just burning clock.
Which is not a bad thing when you have the lead.
3 minutes and 48 seconds left in this half of football. Pascagoula leading 10-0. Got the ball on the Moss Point 47-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Cameron. Cameron tries to get outside. He's on his feet still. He's going to bring the ball.
Excellent run.
What do you call that? A first down.
That's going to be a Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Centurion Injury Attorneys.
Moves the chains for Gula, and the play clock never started.
And they just realized that. I think the official just figured that out.
I think he just called a heat timeout. That's going to be the heat timeout. We'll take that break also. Be right back right after work.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tell him we trying.
Century. We got any chemistry?
And we're back. Big heat timeout. We were just discussing, you know, I called the 3 minutes, 36 seconds left in this half of football before the last play, and right now we still have 3 minutes, 36 seconds. I guess we're on offense, so we'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
But also, that first down that we just made was sponsored by Michael Fondren with Centurion Injury Attorneys. We just want to make that clear.
Man, you're doing a heck of a job with them sponsors and helping me out because I needed the help.
Oh, Harold, it's an honor to be sitting up here, and I appreciate the opportunity to just come back and give back to the program that gave so much to me.
You do know that Seneca hit me up last year about doing the Ocean Spring, Ocean Spring, but the heck, he's in George County, he's in St. Mark. Whoever gives him a shirt is where he's going to go.
Well, I only wear one color, brother. And that's that red, and the other color would be a blue.
I got a story for you in just a second after this play about wearing another hat. Handoff up the middle. He bounces it outside. He's got a little room. He's going to pick up another one. Cameron running hard.
I think that's another first down, Harold.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a first down for Pascagoula, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Centurion Injury Attorneys.
Centurion?
Centurion.
Yep.
Centurion.
That's exactly right. You said it. Citron. There we go. Still got that story. We'll hold it for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, let's tell me after we score this touchdown.
Tell you what, I thought he was going to get hit after. He's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but second and third effort with some blockers out in front of him, he picks up some yardage there.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 yards.
Moss Point middle linebacker blitzed on that play, and Pascagoula, the running back, was able to get away, and like you said, on the second, third effort, with a little blocking from that line, was able to pick up some positive yards.
2 minutes, 43 seconds, and the clock's ticking. Looks like Moss Point jumps. Give me an opportunity to talk about that story I was going to tell you. You know, after the tornado hit, I had mentioned earlier that I'm a member of the Pascagoula Elks Lodge, 1120. We had the opportunity to go into the Moss Point community and serve meals to the community. Not at a stationary point. We actually went into the neighborhoods and was able to put out a number of meals. Mark Turner, which is another member of the Elks Lodge, gives me a Moss Point hat. And I wore that hat that day. And I'll tell you why. Because that day, we were all Moss Point.
I agree with that 100%.
Cameron's going to lose his footing, maybe lost a yard or so.
That's one thing that's been amazing to me, always been amazing to me about this Gulf Coast whenever there's a natural disaster, how we come together as a community. Regardless of race, economic status, or anything, we always come together and support one another and help one another. That's the beautiful thing about living here on the Gulf Coast.
Tornado don't know what race you are. They don't know what your status in the community. They don't know rich, poor, whatever. They don't know what religion you are. But it just destruction.
Exactly. And when people need help, they need help.
You said it. So another penalty on Pascagoula is going to bring up 3rd and 7. Quarter keeps the ball, looking at the corner of the end zone. It's going to be just a little high. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Tank Bishop and the field goal crew going out. It's good to look at this Facebook, the messages on Facebook. I tell you what, I'm seeing some people that I haven't seen in a long time, and it's always appreciative to know they're out there paying attention to what's going on with Pascagoula High School football.
I think this is Mr. Bishop going for his 2nd field goal of the night.
It's up.
And it looks good.
And no good. I think it was a little to the right. So
yeah,
Moss Point.
From our viewpoint, it's hard to see from this angle.
Right. Looks like Moss Point's going to take over on the 20. Minute, 27 seconds left. Don't need a letdown here. I'd rather go into halftime leading 10-0 than 10-7. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll take a break. Be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back.
Another one. Y'all sound good.
I tell you, looking at the Facebook post again, there's a lot of Moss Point fans that are watching the game, and we appreciate y'all tuning in. The quality game here. Quarterback dropping back. He's going to be tell you what.
Was he over the line of scrimmage, Harold?
No, I don't think he was.
I'm impressed by that young man.
Yeah, he's coordinated, man, and he's hard to – you don't get a solid hit on him. He's zigging, he's zagging. You just can't get a solid hit on him.
And he fights till the end.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball on the ground.
And he's touched down by Mr. Parnell.
That's going to be well, it is a loss of yardage, but it's going to be about 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13.
Yep, and the timeout was called by Moss Point.
53 seconds left in this half of football. Again, Pascagoula leading 10-0. Showing both teams with 2 timeouts left. I'm going to tell you, I actually thought that we had used 2 timeouts earlier, but maybe they were heat timeouts, maybe they were whatever.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost on the timeout with these early in the season with these heat timeouts.
And gives us an opportunity to say this too, with the new heat rules, and I think it's 92 degrees or above, the game has to be put back until we're below it. And I think that's correct. I could be mistaken, but it's right around 92 degrees. If at game time it's 92 degrees, they're going to put it off for 30 minutes, and they're going to check it again. So that's something that we'll be dealing with this year that we haven't dealt with in the past. Look for them to come back to that slant that we keep talking about. Tell you what,
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both sets of running backs for both squads.
they're running hard.
They're running hard. They're running determined. They're not being just brought down by arm tackles. If you're going to bring these running backs down tonight, you're going to have to hit them and put that Rydell on them. I don't know if they wear Rydells anymore.
I think they do. How do you get rid of a Rydell?
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, hey, look, that was our day, man.
That was our day.
That was our day. Moss Point has called their final timeout. 47 seconds left in this half. It's 4th and about 7, maybe 8.
Very surprised that they're going to go for this, being so deep in their own end of the field. Looks like they're putting it away. They're putting it in they're in punt formation.
I believe that's Webb deep back for Pascagoula.
Number 2.
No, actually that's going to be, that's Jalen Webb. So Moss Point, I thought they had 0 timeouts. I guess they had 1 left. So give me an opportunity to say hello to Hunter Cole. That's Bo's son. And, Bo used to call the games with me. We lost him a few years ago, and there's not a day goes by that he's not thought of, and not just by me, by multiple people. He's missed, gone too soon.
Very much. One of the reasons that I decided to do this was because of Bo Cole. He was both of our friend and teammate, and like you said, he is missed in the community and by his family.
William Gordon also, he's actually with Hunter, and William, president of the quarterback club for a few years. I think he's probably been the quarterback club president for more years than anybody else at this point. But this year taking it off, just relaxing.
But
almost.
He got a piece of that. Pascagoula
to get rid of it.
Got a piece of that.
No, get away with it. Get away from it. There you go. 38 seconds left. Give Pascagoula an opportunity to maybe throw one deep.
And it looks like the kicker has some leg. So that's going to give us the ball inside the 40 on their side of the field.
I'm impressed with the crowd. It's the heat. All the fans that have come out here and withstood this heat. You got to think that the concession stands are making a lot of money on just water.
Definitely.
Just no interceptions here.
Did that bounce off the ground, Harold? I think that bounced off
thought
the
it
ground.
bounced.
Yeah, that was a little. That took a
low.
little skip hop. He was playing shortstop right there.
Number 4, Corbin Fryfocal, was the intended receiver. He a little acting job there.
Yeah, I liked it. He
that,
kept going. He kept going until that whistle blows. Keep going.
bring up 2nd and 10, 33 seconds left. Quarter dropping back.
You got a man.
And he's going to get
out of bounds.
I believe that's Jacobian. Was that number 5?
It was.
Jacobian on the reception.
About 1 yard short of a first down, 3rd and 1.
Kept his head to get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Very heads-up play. Very heads-up play by that young man.
It trips to the bottom of your screen, one to the top. Quarter rolling.
Blitz by Moss Point. He's got a man.
Oh, in it. Oh, now what was that? Now, come on. There you go. That was dirty.
Unnecessary roughness on Moss Point.
I have to call that. That was dirty. Yeah. I mean, but take this into consideration, too. This is Moss Point, Pascagoula. These guys have been raised to know when you come out, Battle of the Cats, basically everything goes out there. Everything goes. So can't come down too hard on him. His emotions are high just like everybody else's. But could have been dangerous. I mean, it was dangerous. It could have been bad.
Yeah, it was way late. Ball was already on the ground out of the receiver's hands. Great call by the official. Looks like Pascagoula's lining up with double wide with 2 receivers in each slot.
So they'll march off the 15 yards. Pascagoula will take the ball on about the 15-yard line. I guess that's going to be about the 16, 17-yard line. So that'll move the chains for Pascagoula. Ball on the ground. Quarter's got to get on it.
Oh, come on.
15 seconds left. Ball comes in high. That's a, what do you say? The snap just was high. So Pascagoula, golden opportunity to put points on the board, and we've turned it over. 15 seconds left.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of those opportunities when you're like that. When you have the ball on their end of the field, about to go into the end zone before halftime, you have got to execute. Got to execute. Now, this gives Moss Point an opportunity, Harold.
Absolutely.
To go down the field with a couple of deep passes. They got 15.2 seconds. So look for a couple of Hail Marys or a reverse or a hook and lateral.
Looks like they've got one timeout left, which I had thought they had used them all, but the board shows one more.
It looks like Moss Point's going to be happy to go into halftime.
Tell you what, he's still on his feet. He's the whole way.
He's not calling the timeout, so they're going to go ahead and be happy to go in down by 10.
So that brings the first half finally to an end. Pascagoula goes to the locker room leading 10-0. We'll be back with more football right after these messages.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back. In a few minutes, we'll be kicking off this second half of football here at Moss Point, where the Pascagoula Panthers are leading the Moss Point Tigers 10-0. Carlos, have I told you, or have we talked about at all today how hot it is?
Maybe once or twice.
I'm dripping. I mean, all my clothes are wet.
Yeah,
it is so hot.
Yeah, I concur 100% with you, Harold.
The flag is just drooping straight down. There's no wind out here. You know, no water, nothing coming off the water. It is just muggy.
This is South Mississippi football in August.
Well, and you know, you've got to ask yourself, starting this second half, when does the hydration thing come in? We haven't seen any cramps, knock on wood there. But as hot as it is, you would think that you were going to see them. Right,
you're right. But, you know, one thing that I've been so impressed about tonight, back in the old days, Harold, when this rivalry was at its height back in the 70s and the 80s when we played, it was always at the end of the year. It was in December.
And it meant something.
It was either for a playoff berth or a district championship. And so you would think it would lose some of its intensity now that we're in different divisions and different districts now. But it's still the same intensity. It's still Moss Point and it's still Pascagoula. And you're getting a quality football game. And to see this community come out in this capacity is outstanding. And I hope it just continues to set the tone for both of these teams for the rest of the season.
Well, I'm looking across the way, and I can see the stands are there, there's a couple of places in there that people can see it, but we've got them lined up against the, standing out over the fence,
Yes.
I'm just amazed that as many people have come out here and put up with the heat the way that they have.
Right, and this is what high school football is all about. It's about community, and you can see that tonight. So
Pascagoula won the toss at the beginning of the game, deferred to the second half. So course, they're going to receive. What's your thoughts? Feaster going to maybe onside kick or try to take the possession away from them?
They've got to try to get that momentum going early in this game, because one thing that I have noticed is you look on both sidelines, the Pascagoula players outnumber the Moss Point players. So death may become an issue for Moss Point in that third and fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
So I think they got to come out and strike quickly and be creative in how they can put some points on the board and get some good field position.
Well,
so it wouldn't surprise me.
That pendulum, that momentum pendulum swings back and forth. It's who can grab it and who can hold it. That's going to be the difference there.
Yes.
So this will be the first time to see the Moss Point kickoff team, and that's always a good sign.
Yes.
Little pooch kick. Ball on the ground. Tell you what, he bobbled it. I think he could call for the fair catch. Even though he bobbled it and somebody else picked it up, they're going to down him right there.
They're going to down him right there. Right now, real quickly, while we're waiting for action to come back, we just want to thank our sponsors tonight. Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Carbon Construction, Michael Frondren and Citron Entry Attorneys, and of course Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. Thank you all for what you do for our community, and thank you for your sponsorship, and we're always looking for more sponsorship to add to the list.
So Quarter gets his team set, calls for the ball, hands the ball off up the middle, and he's going to maybe pick up a yard, but pretty much stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The snap coming a little high. I know sitting in these stands, you know, my hands are just, they're wet, slippery, and I'm sure down there it's even worse.
Yeah, even with gloves on, it's still with the perspiration that's going on tonight, it's going to be hard to hold on to anything. The receiver had him in the flats. The receiver lost his footing on that play.
It's going to be Tylen Wilson. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
I tell you what I'm waiting to see this quarter, this half, Harold, is to see who we are as an offense. What is our identity? Who are we going to be for this 2023 season? I really want us to see if we can establish who we're going to be and what we are.
I don't think we saw that, as you said, in the first half. We didn't see that. So, yeah, I agree. Tell you what, Cameron is running hard, and he has the whole game.
He has.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, so the punting unit will come out for Pascagoula. Back deep for Moss Point is going to be Devin Edwards. You got to think that Moss Point's going to be coming. They're going to be blowing and going, try to get their hands on the ball. Pascagoula calls their first time out of the half. We'll take a break, be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Okay, we're back. Pascagoula call timeout, get some personnel issues taken care of. Now everybody's on the field, and Tank Bishop punting. Good bounce, but not a lot of distance there. It looks like it's going to be down about the 50-yard line. He's had some good punts tonight. I've been happy with it.
Yeah, we just found out earlier that he was kind of thrust into the kicking game recently, so I think the young man should be commended for a job that he's doing tonight and stepping up to the plate.
Absolutely. You know, that if you think, well, I won't even bring that up because he wasn't there when you were there. I will. There was always that player that you could put anywhere. And for us, you know, that was Stacy Smith. I mean, you could plug him in where. It didn't matter where you put him. He kicked. You know, he was defensive back. He played linebacker. He could run the ball. Whatever you needed him to do, he could do. And Stan Crawford was another one.
Oh, yeah. They were both seniors my 10th grade year. So, yeah, I did get a chance to play with. But bad
ball
snap.
Come in high. Going to be brought down about the 40-yard line.
Great play by the defense. Loper's having a good game tonight.
Absolutely. On the stop for Gula.
He's definitely stepping up right now in this game tonight.
Tell you know, both teams are having some issues. Even though we were able to get the snaps off and you know, run the plays, the snaps wasn't perfect. You could tell that they were coming in not where they usually do. And that was evident with that snap there also.
Well, you know, just like with the quarterback, that center's hand's wet too.
Right.
Trying to snap that ball.
Handoff around the end to number 3, Charles.
Great defense. That was number 6 again on a great play right there.
Going to be brought down about the 45, going to say the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up third down in about 18.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Around the end again, looked like he was pushed out of bounds about the 45-yard line, but he might have walked that sideline for it. It looks like he did.
Yeah, I think it's still going to bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah.
And let's see what they do.
You know, opportunity to just talk about something. Coach C. I don't know if you remember Coach C.
Oh, yes, very much so.
We lost him this past year, and I got a couple of opportunities to sit and talk with him and drink coffee and just talk, you know, and just absorb everything that he was, you know, he would tell me. It was amazing. I sat there and talked with him at 2 different times, about 2 hours apiece, and it felt like it was 25, 30 minutes. That's how interesting it was, and that's such a loss for the Pascagoula community. Such history there.
Yes, you're right. I served with Coach C on the Hall of Fame committee several years, and you're right. He was a wealth of knowledge about Pascagoula athletics and Pascagoula in general. And you're right, that is a great loss to this community.
And people didn't realize the things that he did for the football program as quarterback club president. There, you know, you have the players that aren't in a position to be able to buy the Letterman jackets and stuff. He would call me every year and he would say, Harold, here's so-and-so amount of money. Find them and buy the jackets for who needs them. And that was every year that I was there, and it was a considerable amount. I mean, I was thankful that he was able to do that, and what a generous man.
I think Dr. C, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Harold, was the superintendent when we won the state championship that year. I think Dr. C was. Or he was on the school board. He played a pivotal role in helping us.
You know, I'm not sure he was on the school board. The Flanders up and over, but actually, is that Jackson? That's going to be Amari Jackson on the carry.
But, yeah, like you said, a great loss to this community.
Tell you what, we'll take a break.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Extended this year, depending on the heat, something they might do longer or farther in the year. Usually, first game of October, you know, there's no more heat timeouts, but who knows? So it's going to bring up second and about 6. Handoff up the middle. He's going to maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 3rd and long for Pascagoula.
Harold, it's time to pick up a first down.
Absolutely.
We need a first down, Harold.
Pascagoula able to, I believe they drew them off sides again.
Third time tonight. Third time tonight with that cadence.
That ought to pick up the first down for Gula. That gives you that opportunity.
Oh, you know I love saying it. That's going to be a Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
A little early. They didn't
They
quite
didn't give it to us. We're about a nose short, so we're saying it in advance because we believe it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a Pascagoula first down.
There we go. There we
Sponsored
go.
by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Amari just ducked behind that blocker and was able to just scoot out and dive forward. But that's all he needed.
Kind of scared me when we started going outside a little bit.
Yeah. Tank Bishop reports in for Pascagoula.
So Tank Bishop seems to be like a pocket knife,
You can put him wherever.
a Swiss Army knife. Put him wherever he needs to be. There you go. Ooh.
Tell you what, he took a hard hit.
That's all
popped
right.
back up.
He popped
there
back
you go.
up.
Nobody expected him to run the ball, and I like that.
Yeah, I like that call. He picked up about 7 on that play.
Tank, whenever he first started playing, and I believe he come in also as a 9th grader, and linebacker, and then he transitioned over and running the ball some, and then it was they've been able to plug him in multiple places. Handoff up the middle, trying to get outside, get a little room.
Get some room.
Oh, hey, where's the – no. How do you not throw the flag there? And you hear the Pascagoula faithful didn't like it.
That's a first down.
And he was well out of bounds.
Yes, he was. That's going to be a first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Okay, we've got a Moss Point player down. And I mean, it looks to be cramps, but not sure. We'll take a timeout and be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left in this third quarter. Pascagoula going to be 1st and 10 with the ball on the 33-yard line. Handoff up the middle. He tries to bounce it outside. Amari Jackson looking for some room. Gets thrown forward for a couple of yards. Going to be 2nd and 8. Pascagoula looks to have drawn them off again.
4th time tonight.
But you got to know that Moss Point's defense have always been aggressive.
Always.
They'll give up. They don't mind giving up those 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, as long as they play aggressive the whole night. I mean, as long as I've been watching Moss Point play, that's been one of their trademarks. You know, they're going to jump off sides, but by God, when they're not jumping off sides, they're putting you on your back.
Well, yeah, they're going to be blowing and going. That's what they do.
Tuck that ball, Amari.
Oh, nice move.
Tell you what, that was impressive. He was zigging, he was zagging.
I tell you what, it's something to be young and have use of your ACLs and MCLs.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, wasn't we?
Because of the way he just moved on that play. That was an incredible move. We got 3rd and short, Harold. 3rd and short.
Amari, just a 10th grader. We got him for a few more years, yeah. So is that going to be the heat timeout? And it looks to be the heat timeout. We'll take a timeout also. Be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. You know, 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in this quarter, third quarter. Pascagoula leading 10-0. You know, in first cramp we saw just a few minutes ago, and that just goes to show the conditioning on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams came in here prepared. Both teams are ready to play, and both teams are giving it 110%.
Amari Jackson still in the backfield with Quarter. Got 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Tank resets to the left side of the line. Handoff up the middle, and they absolutely blew through the line of scrimmage and tackled Tank behind the line.
Yeah, you can always see who's winning that battle with the line of scrimmage by which way those helmets are going. And on that play, you can see those blue helmets pushing those red helmets back. And so that was a great play by Moss Point. We've got to do a little bit better on our front line.
Absolutely. That's 5. That's 4th down and 5. So Bishop into punt for Gula. Back deep. Devin Edwards for Moss Point. Good punt.
Good punt by Tank. Good bounce.
Down about the 25-yard line. So, good punt. Good punt. Let's call out our sponsors again, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank our sponsors again: Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Fondren, and Citron Injury Attorneys, and of course Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. Thank you for all you do for our community, and thank you for your sponsorship. And as we've said earlier, we're always looking for more sponsors.
Okay, let's see what Moss Point dials up here. Ball goes over the head.
Safety, safety.
No, that might be touchdown Pascagoula. We'll see what they say. Touchdown Pascagoula. Definitely needed. I don't know who come up with the ball. I'm looking.
I tell you what, that was a remarkable play because the punter or the quarterback had the opportunity to get on the ball, and the Pascagoula player snuck underneath him.
I'm not sure that he wasn't. It's not, to me, it didn't look like he was reaching down to pick it up. He just didn't get down fast enough.
Yeah, and he went underneath and got it from right underneath him. Incredible play, incredible hustle. Incredible hustle by Pascagoula.
Okay, we got a Panther down. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Yeah. You know, we're back. All right, good to be back. So Pascagoula looks like they had their first cramp of the night. So there's a discussion going on down there. I'm not sure. Is that Coach Feaster on the field? I believe it is. So yeah, there's a discussion going on, and but regardless, the points are on the board. Don't see them coming off. So Pascagoula waiting to attempt the extra point. So kind of an early reflection on your first night. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm having a great time. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening, and I'm impressed with the community. It's always about community for me when it comes to high school football, and to see these communities, like I said earlier, come out and support these young men, support the band, support the cheerleaders. It's an awesome sight to see. I'm also happy to see the hustle and the fight in both teams.
Absolutely.
There's no give up in either one of these teams tonight, and I think the coaches should be commended on what they're instilling into these young men.
Coach Feaster's first year in Moss Point, coming from away of Stone County. And definitely excited to see what he can do with our Moss Point Tigers. Tank Bishop kicking for Gula. It's up. And good. Pascagoula extends their lead 17-0. We'll be back with the kickoff. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Harold, mark my word, Mr. Bishop is going to play a huge role in this season from a kicking standpoint.
I think so, and I just got the signal that we're going to keep it here. So keep talking.
Yeah, I think Mr. Bishop, I'm very impressed by him and his kicking effort this evening and just the role that he's been playing on the team. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of Mr. Bishop as this season progresses.
You know, first game, we've seen some really good things with our offense. We've seen some things that need to be worked on. But the good thing is the things that we see that need to be worked on, they can be fixed.
They can be fixed.
It's not anything that we can't overcome. Defense, they look good. I'm impressed with the defense, you know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and you know, we're almost done with the third quarter going into the fourth, and they're pitching the shutout.
Well, I wasn't going to say that because I figured I might jinx it, but Carlo, you heard it here.
And we're doing it against an aggressive team. Moss Point, don't let the classifications fool you, fans. Don't let that fool you. This is a good team that Pascagoula is facing tonight.
Definitely, they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to make a statement in their playoffs. Back deep, or actually kicking for Pascagoula again, Tank Bishop. Back deep, I think. Can you see the number 8? I think that's going to be Devin Edwards, and I can't see across the field.
I think 22, Harold.
That 22 is going to be Braylon Brown. I don't think it's going to make it back there to them.
Squib kick.
Going to be down to about the 28-yard line. So, Moss Point's got 2 minutes and 35 seconds to work with just in this quarter, and then another half of football to try to come back from this 17-0 lead for Pascagoula. Pascagoula band, you can hear them. Let's talk real quick about the Miss James. Miss James is the athletic coordinator for Moss Point. She went up and beyond to try to make us comfortable here. Everything that I've asked for, she was able to provide for us. I know it's hot, can't do nothing about the weather, but just the cooperation that they had with us was great. You don't see that all the time.
Yes.
Good play by defensive back for Pascagoula, number 23, and that's going to be Jason Payne.
I definitely concur with what you said about Miss James and her team. They did an outstanding job trying to accommodate us this evening, and we appreciate that.
And look what they were dealing with also, just the rebuilding of, getting this place ready for tonight's game. And that was a task on its own.
Yes.
Handoff up the middle, and he's trying to get to that edge. And if he does, he's got some room. Going to be brought out of bounds about the 40. Oh, now he's going to throw the flag. Now he's going to throw the flag. Wow. Hey, if it ain't a Gula call, it's the wrong call. And that
right.
Definitely was not a Gula call.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
You can hear the Panther faithful didn't like it either. So that'll tack on 15 more yards for Moss Point. Going to put the ball about the 30-yard, maybe 31-yard line. Need this defense to step up, come up big tonight. Right now on this possession, come up big. Interception for Pascagoula. You call it, and look, they come up with it. Good job.
Great play by the defense. Great play by the defense.
I'm trying to get a number. I missed the I'm still looking for the number. Definitely want to call his name.
So Harold, we were talking about identity coming into the second half. One thing I can say is our identity is that we have a defense that can play. We have a defense that can play.
I think so, and I believe that was Jalen Webb with the interception. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but that's the number that I saw come out from in the middle of that big crowd on the sideline. Handoff to DeFlanders.
Is that first down here?
No, not quite. We got a Panther down. We'll take a break. Be right back after this.
Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
We're back. We're back, and they're still dealing with the injured player on the field. Tell you, Cameron has really surprised me tonight. You knew he could do it. You knew he could come out here and run hard, and he's really produced tonight.
He has. He has. He has not let his foot off the gas the whole night.
Number 64 for Pascagoula, going to be Quentin Johnson. Walk off the field, which is always good to see. When he went down, you could tell he was hurting a little bit.
Yes.
So they're going to bring up 2nd and 3 for Pascagoula. Ball on the 33-yard line. Quarter.
A little short.
Little short. Intended receiver, number 13, Darius Carter.
I'm looking at that matchup against that offensive and defensive line because I love looking at the big ugly.
Well, that's where you played.
That's where I played.
Right.
And there's not a lot of size on either one of those lines.
There's a lot of hustle.
But it's a lot of hustle and a lot of heart.
Let me ask you a question. You played, of course, for the there we go again, another. You played for the 87 team. Now compare the line that played for the 87 team to the 3 lines before that.
Yeah, so
they were small.
Our 87 team, we were small. I think our heaviest guy on that line was me at that time, and everyone else was anywhere between 240 to 200 pounds.
Yeah, and if you looked at the lines previous to that, they were huge.
They were huge lines. They were massive lines from tackle to tackle. From tackle to tight end. So, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing with the hustle and the heart of both of this defense and offensive lines.
Handoff to was that Jackson or is that? No, that's Cameron. He's still on his feet. He looks to turn the speed on. Got one guy to beat. Touchdown, Pascagoula. What a 2nd and 3rd and 4th effort there.
Wow.
The Flanders on the carry, hit the sidelines and turn the Jets on. Got to be proud of him.
Hey, Harold, this is something that you don't see very often, is a Moss Point team that has been outsped tonight, didn't have the speed of another team. That does not,
we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, you don't see that very often with Moss Point teams where another team is just dominantly faster and has more speed than them to get to the edge.
Tank Bishop kicking for Pascagoula, attempting that extra point. It's up. And good. Pascagoula extends their lead 24-0. Minute, 27 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Hey, you want to take a break or you want to keep it here? We'll take a break. Be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back.
While we have a quick moment, we want to just mention our sponsors one more time. We want to thank Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Frondren, with Centron Injury Attorneys, and Charles Busby for Transportation Commission.
So kicking off for Pascagoula, Tank Bishop again. He's got a lot of playing time tonight kicking the ball.
I'm telling you, Harold, all this is going to pay dividends later for Mr. Bishop.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to need him later when we get in district play.
Ball over the head You know, a lot of times like this, the coverage breaks down, and hopefully they did stay in their lanes. Great job, Pascagoula. You know, a lot of times when you have that bobbled ball or that whatever, it breaks down. The coverage does, and they'll find that hole. We got flags on the play.
I think it's getting a little choppy out there, Harold. You see coaches going over to the Pascagoula coaches going onto the field. It's getting a little choppy, get a little nippy out.
Definitely don't need to lose anybody.
No, not at all. Not being up 24 to nothing.
Okay, look, I just got a text message from one of the Pascagoula Quarterback Club members. Asked me to talk about the program advertising sponsorships. The deadline is Monday. They have to have everything by Monday. But if you're interested in an ad, full-page color ad is $400. Full-page black and white ad is $300. Half-page black and white is $200. The quarter-page black and white is $150. Roster page advertisement, 2 colors, ad spots, $500 a piece for a half page, or $750 for the full page. Inside, front, back cover, colors, color ads, $750. So if you're interested in advertising in the Pascagoula High School game program, you definitely need to contact Chris Grace with the Pascagoula Quarterback Club. If you have to, go to the Pascagoula Quarterback Club Facebook page, and you can message him there. So Moss Point picks up about 4 yards on the carry.
So, Harold, we've established that we have a defense that can play, and I think we can say part of our identity is a running team.
Yep, but there's potential for improvement on the passing side of the ball.
Oh, definitely,
so
definitely.
The potential's there.
Yes.
They're going to be just short of the first down. Bring up third and about 1. Loper coming off the field for a break. Hey, go for the big strike.
No, definitely. Why not?
Run it up the middle and
good stout defense by Pascagoula.
That'll be a first down, but flags come out. Apparently somebody got hit in the back. I'm not sure.
So what do you think we do in the fourth quarter, Harold? Run first team?
I don't know. It might be an opportunity to give some of the second stringers opportunity to get in there. They definitely need to play in experience.
Yeah, they do.
But that's not a Harold and Carlos call.
No,
that's
it is not.
Call. I'm not sure if that'll be offsetting or it be against Pascagoula, but there was 2 flags that come out at different times. So one against Pascagoula. The other one was declined. It must have been against Pascagoula too. So that'll put the ball on about the 39, 40-yard line.
Yeah, looks like about a 39.
So that'll move the chains for Moss Point. Well, what just happened? I thought they said they declined. So what was that, offsetting, I guess?
I guess so.
They got their back to us. I couldn't see them. So it's 1st and 10. Ball on the 47. Handoff to number 5 for Moss Point. Well, Panther fans, get your 4 fingers in the air. It's 4th quarter. We'll be back with the start of that fourth quarter in just a minute or two.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Fletcher Construction Company has established itself as one of the leading commercial and industrial contractors on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The superior quality of their construction has met and exceeded customers' expectations for decades. Having successfully completed projects ranging in size from thousands to millions of dollars, Fletcher has the experience to complete any size project on schedule and within budget. Fletcher Construction Company, 3311 Shortcut Road in Pascagoula, a proud sponsor of Panther football on WGUD.
And we're back. Getting ready to start this fourth quarter. You can see that the coaching staff for Pascagoula, they are expecting no letdowns. They do not want to see a slack.
No, not at all.
Off.
You can tell they're coaching to the end. They are coaching to the end.
Tell you what,
swarming defense.
Devin is tough. You hear me?
Yeah. Swarming defense by Pascagoula on that play.
I believe that was Devin Edwards on the carry. That was against Pascagoula. "15-yard penalty." I'm not sure what it was, or I didn't see anything. Coach, we're going to take a break. All right.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. Looks like Coach Sims just wanted to take that time out to get out there to gain control of the team again.
Yeah, he wants to let them not to lose focus on what's going on. Stay consistent to the mission, and let's finish.
4 quarters of football.
Four quarters.
That's
of football.
what we would be told. 4 quarters of football.
Let's finish.
3 1/4 ain't 4 quarters.
That's it. Because the way we finish is going to set the tone for next week.
Absolutely. And let's talk about next week real quick. I'm going to have a fill-in for you next week. You tell you give the man a job and he's going to take vacation the second weekend.
Yeah. Next week I'll be in Chicago going to watch my Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils play in the Delta in the Labor Day Classic. And it will also be my nephew's first collegiate game.
I was going to ask you. You told me that your nephew was playing. So
yeah, he's keeping the legacy going, playing at my dear Mississippi Valley State University.
Mississippi Valley. So you're going to take me to a SWAC game.
Oh, we are going to a
SWAC game.
You can mark it down.
Now, is it going to be a Mississippi Valley game?
We'll take you to a Mississippi Valley game. Yes.
Okay. Pascagoula playing hard. Let me get a number there. Is that number 75? I believe that is. That's going to be number 75. Tom, huh? Oh, is that 35? Well, hey, 35 is Parnell.
Mama, there goes that man again.
You know, he's one of those players that you could call his name in about every play.
Yeah, he's either in on the tackle or around the tackle every single play. And that's just not that athleticism. That's also knowledge and knowing the game.
Putting yourself in
a position.
Around the ball. That's right. Quick toss to Devin around the end.
Oh, we got a tackle.
That's actually going to be number 19 for Moss Point. And I do not have a name for number 19. But he walked that sideline for a little while, didn't he? That'll move the chains for Moss Point. Ball placed
number
on the
19
20-yard
for Moss
line.
Point is Trey Anderson.
You have a name?
Trey Anderson.
Okay, good. So Anderson on the carry. Do you have a class for him? Number 8. That's going to be again on the carry, Devin Edwards. 19. What grade was 19 in?
19 is Trey Anderson.
Do you have a grade, a class?
He's a sophomore.
Sophomore, man. We're going to have to deal with him. He's
next couple of years.
Yeah. Again, just to the other side.
Nice block by number 3. That was a heck of a block by number 3 from Moss Point. It was clean, and it was vicious.
Number 3, Taboris Charles on the block. You called it. You saw it. Did he clean some clock?
It was what we used to call a decleater.
A decleater, okay. You know, it's always fun to give the decleater, never to receive it.
Yeah.
Never to receive it. Nice play by the defensive front for Pascagoula. Number 8, going to be Jalen Fournette, along with again big number 66, Isaiah Marshall, on the stop for Gula. Bring up 4th and about 5, maybe 6. Play blown dead. Going to be timeout, Moss Point. We're going to keep it here. You want to hit the sponsors again?
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Frondren with Centron Injury Attorneys, and Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner.
So 8 minutes, 51 seconds left in this game. Pascagoula leading 24-0. Moss Point looking at a 4th and 5, maybe 6, with the ball on their, I believe that's their 20, nope, it's going to be their 15-yard line. If you're Moss Point, what are you dialing up?
Well, we got 4th and 6.
4th and about, 5,
4th
6.
and 5, 6. I'd get that quarterback on the run. I'd get him out the pocket. Bootleg, rollout, option pass. I'd get him on the run. He's good on the move.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Coach Feaster
Let's see what Coach Feaster dials up.
Going to be intercepted. Was it intercepted?
That was intercepted by Pascagoula.
Pascagoula's ball. Tell you what.
Great coverage by
really good coverage.
Number 23. Great coverage.
That's going to be number 23, as you said, Jason Payne.
Great coverage. It looked like they were trying to do a back shoulder pass. He stood his ground, stayed between him, the ball and the receiver, and got the pick.
So Pascagoula will take over on the 20. I think the mission now should be burning some clock.
Keeping that goose egg for that defense.
Moss Point's got 2 timeouts left. Pascagoula with 1. 8 minutes, 43 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Pascagoula leading 24-0. In both sides, you can see the stands kind of clearing out a little bit. People wanting to get ahead of that traffic. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I think that's Fryfogle.
That is Fryfogle, number 4. That is Fryfogle. That is
okay,
it.
that is Fryfogle. Your eyes are better than mine. You younger, I guess.
Not much.
It's got to bring up 2nd and 10. A busted play. Nice run and able to get down and slide into about the 30-yard line. That's going to be just short of a first down. Heads up play by Quarter. We put the ball out, but there was nobody there. I don't know if it was intended to be a run anyway, but
so that's one thing I am impressed about Quarters is his knowledge of football. He understands the game.
Absolutely.
He understands the game. You can tell he's been well coached.
Well, he got well coached when he got to the high school because his dad coached him. That's a joke. That is a joke. That's a personal joke. So anyway, I'll hear about that.
Yeah, him and Frank Quarter are good friends. So that is a joke. I can verify that.
Okay, we're going to take
tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back. Looks like Pascagoula's got maybe their second cramp of the night, which, hey, no, I don't guess it was. I stand corrected.
So it looks like we got 3rd and 2.
3rd
and 2. Let's see what they dial up.
Amari Jackson in the backfield for Gula. Quarter, again, in that shotgun. Bounces off tackle, and he's got some room. Going to be brought down about the – did he fumble the ball? I don't think he did. Going to be brought down about the 42-yard line. That'll move the chains.
That's going to be a Pascagoula first down. Sponsored by Michael Fondren with Cetera and Injury Attorneys.
What's up?
Did he fall? I thought he had dropped the ball. I guess he did not. Thank goodness.
He didn't.
Thank goodness.
The way I didn't see the. I saw him go down. I didn't see a fumble, but the body motion or the indication from some of the players looked like that maybe there was a fumble that we didn't see, but not the case. Body language was what I was looking for.
Right, right.
Again, handoff to Jackson. He's still on his feet. Going to pick up another first down, be pushed out of bounds about the 40-yard line.
That's going to be a Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
And correction on the 40, that was actually the 42. Again, Jackson on the carry, brought down about the 38-yard line, maybe the 37. Jared Loper, number 7 for Pascagoula. Also, you know, you're going to see him. You see him on the defensive side of the ball too. So multitasking there. Handoff again, this time to DeFlanders.
Good defense by that Moss Point defensive line.
Brought down about the 36. Depending on the spy, they might have given him the 35. Actually, give him the 34. DeFlanders. Oh, high stepped and jumped the defender. Pick up a couple of extra yards.
And that's going to be a Pascagoula first down, sponsored by Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys.
Ball on the 21-yard line. You know, you always want to beat Moss Point, but anytime you get the opportunity, Carter keeps it. He's going to pick up a first down, and he gets hit hard but keeps pulling forward.
Great job by Carter.
Anytime that you can come into Moss Point and leave with a victory, that's even sweeter.
That's even better. That's even better. Because it's hard to come over here and win. Always has been, always will be. I'm sitting here trying to think, Harold. I don't think I ever got a victory on this field.
Hey. Okay, let's see here. Moss Point calls timeout. 4 minutes, 49 seconds left in this game. Pascagoula leading 24-0. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Busby for Transportation Commissioner. A good game plan requires the right play caller. Vote Busby, November 7th for Mississippi's Southern District Transportation Commissioner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors.
And we're back.
Harold, while we have a moment, I just want to thank our sponsors one more time.
Hey, let's thank them.
know,
Without
we
them, we couldn't do this.
We appreciate what they do. Fletcher Construction, Foster's Heating and Air, Kirk Harbin Construction, Michael Fondren with Citron Injury Attorneys, Charles Busby for Transportation Commissioner. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your sponsorship.
Tell you what, he was swarmed. They were on top of him before he actually received the ball, I believe.
Yes.
So that's actually Jackson tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss. I'm not sure what happened on the line of scrimmage, but
from the
the
way it
linebackers
looked,
was coming.
From the way it looked, not much.
Yeah. So Pascagoula might have just got that back.
Are they drawn off again, Harold?
I believe so. Yep,
Is that about
they
the
were.
6th time tonight?
6th time.
Yeah, I know the coaches from Mosspoint are going to go nuts when they watch this film on those type of mistakes. To be a championship caliber team, you got to cut those down.
Absolutely. Field spread, you got trips to the bottom of your screen. Quarter keeps
That's in
it.
there. That's in there.
Touchdown,
That's
Pascagoula. Tell you what, he faked everybody out right there. Amari took the fake. Quarter reverses out. Puts it in the end zone.
Great call by the Pascagoula coaches.
Okay, we've got another kicker here.
Okay.
Number 98. It's up.
It's
and
good.
It's good.
It's
Number
good.
98 for Pascagoula. I do not have a, let's make sure. I think that's, well, I'll have to get it. I don't, I think I had the wrong number.
No, I think it was 98.
98, let's see what they've got here. Number 98, Alejandro Rivero.
Okay. Great job, Alejandro.
Yep,
Great job.
You have the updated roster.
Yeah, but I just can't see it with no lights.
Yeah, it is pretty dark here. And, you know, even in the old stadium where we used to stand up top the press box, I would have to bring a light that had it was like a bar light that had and I would tie wrap it to the rails so that I could put my paperwork down. It was always dark. So being over here is just like, would have been being up there. New kicker, who is this? Is that number 88, Logan LeBlanc?
I think it's 80. Is it 82?
And that would be Griffin McAdams.
Yes, 82.
So Griffin McAdams kicking for Pascagoula. Ball will be placed on about the 27-yard line. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left in this game. Pascagoula leading 31-0. This has been a long game, too, tonight.
I've lost track of time.
I don't even know what time it is.
It is 10:21. Woo!
Almost 3 hours. Tell you what, let's get them boys out there. Let's play.
Yeah, I don't know how well they're going to sleep tonight, but this old guy right here is going to sleep pretty well.
I bet. The only way this could have been worse tonight is if the stadium that we had to climb would have been about as big as War Memorial. Folks, we're still looking for sponsors. We have a variety of different sponsorship packages that can fit your business, price point. If you're interested, go to www.bickhamentertainment.com or send us a direct message on the Gulf Coast Sports Media Facebook page. Guys, we enjoy bringing this to you each and every week. If you're interested in sponsoring, we could sure use the help, and we'll make sure that you get your money's worth. The clock said, I looked up there, it was 2 minutes and something, then all of a sudden it went to 7 minutes and something, then it went back to 2 minutes and 25, so that's what the whistle blowing there was for. Tell you what, they faked that speed sweep. They faked it and sent the ball up the middle. Number 66, Isaiah Marshall. Number 97, Sebastian Bond. Number 45 for Pascagoula, Wyatt Henderson, all checking in to that defensive front for Pascagoula. Nice job. That defensive back from the other side come flying across the field. That's going to be number 8 for Pascagoula, Jalen Fournette.
Here, they want this shutout bad. They got the starters still in. They want this shutout. Pascagoula still has the starters in.
Let's see here.
They've got Parnell still in.
Oh yeah, they've got some starters out there, but they also have some. They also have some that hadn't had a lot of playing time.
Yeah, they want this. They want
the shutout.
They want this shutout.
We're less than a minute now. Go out of bounds about the 27, maybe 28-yard line. 46 seconds left in this game. Pascagoula leading 31-0. Looks like they're going to have to just take a couple of snaps, a couple of knees, and this game's going to be history. Be in the record books.
The 83rd edition of the Battle of the Cats belongs to
Pascagoula.
That red and blue.
Next week, Pascagoula travels to East Central, and that's always a tough game. You know, you're going up there. These are some country youngins and cornbread eating. I'm gonna tell you what, this is a tough team we're going to play.
And they're going to play to the whistle.
And they are
going
to play to the 4 quarters. They're going to play. They're going to bring it, and that's just East Central football for you. So it doesn't get any easier for Pascagoula for sure.
And then I think we got Gaucher
Then we got Gaucher.
the following week. And we'll save those stories for the Gaucher game.
And doesn't look like they're going to have to run another play. Maybe not. But they will. Boom. And that should be the last snap. So Pascagoula, as Carlos says, takes the 83rd edition of the Battle of the Cats, 31-0. Tell you, Carlos, I've enjoyed tonight. I think that I think this is going to work out really good, and I'm excited about the rest of the season.
I am too. I just appreciate the opportunity again to be able to come and give back to the program that has given so much to me and so many of my friends, and to watch this 2023 edition of the Red and Blue. It was a pleasure and an honor, and I look forward, my friend, to a great season with you.
And you're going to be back for the Gaucher games.
I will be back for the Gaucher
games. I'm going to need the help. You back when Pascagoula and Gaucher were together, you lived in Gaucher. I'm going to need the backup. I'm going to need the backup. So just be there for me.
Still a Gaucher guy.
Anyway.
But, yeah, we're going to have some fun this year. Thank you for all the fans who've been commenting. Thank you for our sponsors. And just thank you, and we look forward to doing this again next week.
Well, guys, I've got Hunter Bickham on camera, Carlos Moles on color. I'm Harold Tillman, and we'll be seeing you next week in East Central.